In this video, we're going to show you how to use the sliding bevel. Sliding bevel is used for marking angles on your material, and you will have to do this during the final project to cut what's known as a dovetail joint. To set the sliding bevel, we can use a protractor, and we can put the sliding bevel against the edge of the protractor and we can set it to an angle. So for instance there, I've set an angle of 60 degrees, and then I can use a screwdriver and I can tighten up the gripping screw, and then I can use that sliding bevel to draw an angle of 60 degrees to the edge of the table. And I'll rub that line out later because obviously we don't want lines all over the table. However, a better way to do it is to get yourself a piece of hardboard, and I've already sanded these two edges so I have a 90-degree corner. And what you'll find is we're using softwood. So for instance, the dovetail joint that you're going to cut, the angle should be 1 6 millimeters. 1 6. So if I measure 60 down one side and I measure 10 down the other, unfortunately it just hits on my right angle sign. Not a real problem. And if I take my rule and join this point to that point, I have an angle of 1 6. What that means is for every 6 millimeters I go along this side, I go 1 millimeter up there. I can then take my sliding bevel, I can loosen off the locking screw or the grip screw, and I can put it against the edge of my piece of hardboard, as it is in this case, and I can set the blade. This part's called the blade, this part's called the stock. I can set the blade to my line, nip up the gripping screw, make sure it's in the right place, it's just moved a wee bit, make sure it's tight. And then I can use this piece of material to draw or to mark an angle anywhere I like on a piece of material. 6 millimeters along, 1 millimeter up, so 1 6. And the good thing about having that on a piece of board is these tend to adjust by themselves. If you knock it off the bench, you'll see that blade has moved position. So what I can do is I can use my template, my piece of hardboard, and I can reset that and I can tighten it up and make sure that the angle's still correct. And I keep this piece of hardboard until I've finished using the sliding bevel to mark out my dovetail joints.